Hello again, welcome to another episode of Merkon's Musings, a Star Wars action figure review, and today we're looking at none other than Zuckuss. But is it really Zuckuss, or is it for LOM? Well, it's tricky. I'll explain it all as we delve into this character. Before we get into the review, of course, I'm going to give you the short history of the character, so here we go. 4LOM was an ambitious LOM series protocol droid that overrode his programming and became a galactic thief and bounty hunter. He often worked with the Gand Findsman Zuckuss. Following the Battle of Hoth, both 4LOM and Zuckuss were hired by Darth Vader to capture Han Solo, the captain of the Millennium Falcon and hero of the rebellion. However, the bounty was instead claimed by the infamous Boba Fett. So, that's the backstory of the character. Now, there's a little weirdness here. I like what they did with this card. So it says Zuckuss, right? We have a little problem. It all stems back to 1982 when they made this character. In the early days of Star Wars merchandising, Kenner would sometimes be given loose details or nicknames for background characters to create toys from, such as Hammerhead or Walrus Man. Kenner reportedly invented the names 4LOM, originally Forlorn, and Zuckuss, to be based on an early script name, Zuckuss. At some point during the production of the toys, the names were transposed on the packaging. The insectoid character was labeled 4LOM, and the droid was labeled Zuckuss. In 1989, the naming error was corrected by Lucasfilms when they were developing the Galaxy Guide 3 for the Star Wars role-playing game. West End Games and Lucasfilms were cataloging the characters and details. When West End Games decided that the letter and number combination of 4LOM was more appropriate for a droid character, and Zuckuss was the insectoid bounty hunter, sounded like a better fit for the character. So to be clear, 4LOM was produced for the Star Wars Vintage Collection with the card correction of 4LOM with the Star Wars Vintage Collection action figure VC-10 in 2010. The change became corrected with the Power of the Force re-release of the Kenner action figures in the 90s. Causing confusion with collectors that had grown up with the original Kenner action figures. Also in 2010, the Vintage Collection made the Bounty Hunter's 30th Anniversary exclusive Empire Strikes Back 2-pack, which contained both Zuckuss and 4LOM. They were known as VCPO1 and VCPO2, which had the original transposed names from the Kenner line from 1982. So let's take a look at these characters, and starting with the Kenner action figure from 1982, which is this one here. And it looks really good as far as a Kenner action figure is. The articulation is a standard 5 points. You got the head that moves, and the arms that go up and down, and the legs do the same. So it's got 5 points of articulation. The sculpt is actually pretty good. You can see the protocol droid body that C-3PO has, but they gave it a decent paint application. And it's not like a gold or a dark gray. It's just, they didn't make it vacuum metal. But what I find interesting about this character, and here's the back of it. So the character came with this really unique Kenner blaster. It's only to him, I believe. And he had a DLT-19 blaster in the film. So I thought this was strange. He could have actually created a DLT-19 blaster for Kenner, but it didn't go that way. So unfortunately, we had this weird blaster go with him. So the second action figure is from the Power of the Force 2 line, which came out in 1997. I don't have that figure here, but I have had the figure in the past. So the Power of the Force 2 Zuckuss was actually relabeled 4LOM, the correct name for the action figure. Once again, it's just like the last, when we looked at the Kenner one, it had 6 points of articulation, the same 5 that the Kenner one had. It had 2 arms, 2 legs, and head articulation, but it also had a waist articulation. And it actually came with 2 blaster weapons. One was the DLT-19, and the other was a strange one I've never seen before. But this one, the Vintage Collection, which is the VC-10 from 2010, this is the definitive 4LOM, because he actually is titled that on a different card. This is a special card. It was a 2-pack that came with Zuckuss and 4LOM. So, but they actually have a card with this character with the correct 4LOM. And this action figure is phenomenal. It's definitely the definitive version of this character. It comes with the VLT-19 blaster rifle, and it has really great articulation. So the head has articulation. It can move up and down. It's on a ball joint, which is great. It has a chest articulation. It has insert joints on the arms, the elbows, which is great. And the hands turn as well. And then it has insert joints on the knees, and the feet can rotate as well. So it has the full articulation for the vintage collection action figures. And the design looks perfect, spot on. I mean, I wish they had a better paint application on the head. So if you're looking at the photo, they should have put more silver, like shining silver in those spots to give it that little punch. But I think it's good. It's got that, symbol on his armor here. It's a nice paint wash on the body, so you see the details. So it's a very well made action figure. I think it's great. It's definitely the definitive version. That's a minor thing I can come up with, was the little paint applications on the face, but otherwise it's fantastic. So this is the definitive version of this character. So I hope you enjoyed this action figure review. If you did so, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll be back with another episode very soon. Thank you.